Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead. I'm sorry, I'm losing it before we even start the stream. This is The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode 8, Beyond the Spoilers. I had this great introduction for you guys, but I just kind of butchered it right out of the gates. Before we get too far into it, I just want to give a shout out to the Patreon Army. Thanks for everything you guys do. See, this just goes to show you, when you're doing a live stream, stick to what you know. Stick to the script, because if you start adding a bunch of random stuff, you're gonna trip on the way out the door. Also want to give a special shout out to the PDL sponsors. You guys can see a brand new list up there. We're up to 17. We said we were in cap at 25, but just a shout out to Deborah Johnson, Catface Killer, and Beth Burgett, newest PDL sponsors. So our Friday night campaigns, our games on Friday night, is brought to you by that group up there, and 8 more, and we're going to cap it until after January. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. The comments are great. You know what? I don't care. This is going to be natural. It's genuine. This is what we do with our streams. So you guys can see our wonderful support group up there on the screen. So I was gonna say beyond the spoilers, we're gonna go Gangnam Style on the spoilers, and then I just couldn't get all the stuff going. All right, Matthew M, thank you so much. In addition to, we got some new patrons up there. We got Matthew, we got Craig as well, so I want to thank them. And we got some brand new channel members as well. So our green team is growing. We continue to grow. What an awesome family. So thank you. If you guys are new, appreciate you guys being here. It's a tight-knit group, so it's not a bunch of YouTube trolls that are out there. I would venture a guess, if you come here and you watch and participate in our live streams, I'm going to say most people are going to come back, because our job is to make you feel comfortable, to get your theories, your thoughts, your predictions in there. We did a stream a little bit earlier. It was a spoiler stream, and a couple people said, hey, I've been watching for a long time, and I just don't speak up a lot. Eventually, you do speak up. I mean, you just feel comfortable, and you just get one of those great ideas. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We do have some confirmed spoilers, but we're going to take those spoilers, we're going to add bold predictions to it, we're going to put it in a pot, mix it all together, and we're going to see what sticks, and we're going to come up with what we think is going to happen the rest of the season. GG, Gusha Gushe, thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat. We got some super chatters in here as well. Aram Lama, thank you. I love to hear when you guys love the streams. It means that we're doing a good job. And if you guys really, really like what we do, show the ultimate level of support, hit that like button. If you hit that like button, people watching the playback are going to know we do a good job. And I love it. Roxanne, warning, funneling ahead. Or as Ben Stevenson says, we put the fun into funneling. So I do have to warn you guys, even though we're going beyond the spoilers, we do have to start with the spoilers. So let me tell you guys a little bit of what's going on. Hopefully you caught the earlier stream. But some of it's going to be spoilers, but let's start with what we know, right? We're going to start with the fact that the Dante story has to be told. The reason the Dante story has to be told is because he's going to die this episode. So now that we know what happened with Sadiq and the Whispers, we won't really get a lot more of that story. Maybe something passed down here, there. But since we're losing Dante as well, not a big loss, but we do have to find out how he got into the mix in the first place. So we see this scene with Alpha, Dante. Apparently he hasn't been there very long, but he's extremely loyal, extremely quickly. So he's there holding Sadiq's eyes open, watching all of this. Now with Alpha, I guess some of the concerns that I would have had is, what happens where's the barn? How far is the barn? What if Dante runs? What if he tells somebody? So he establishes loyalty really early on with the Whispers. And we see that scene where they're talking and she says, go, make them trust you. So he surrounds himself with walkers. Help, what's going on? The group helps him out and then takes him up to Hilltop. Now, I didn't confirm this because I didn't go back and watch all of it, but I did get a message from our very own Ben Stevenson, and he says that Jules is one of the people that was in the group that took him up to Hilltop. Now, maybe you guys have seen that. I have not. So I'm taking Ben at his word. I didn't recognize her. I didn't go that far into it. It was just something came through to me this afternoon. But if she did, if she was part of that group, the Jules traitor theory could be at work. You know what? I was thinking that too. Julia Muse says, "Kills love that picture. Looks like PDL." How many? Doesn't it? Like, when you guys see Michonne and Virgil in that boat, that's the first thing I was thinking. This is something that I think is interesting. And I don't think it means this, but there is a extreme coincidence with the number on the boat. First person that can tell me the first thing that I noticed that was coincidental about the number on the boat will get a kills coin. I don't think it means that, but it was odd. So I went, in my mind's always looking for an Easter egg or a hidden clue or something. Baby sharks below. Exactly. Joseph Grindstaff. 11/22 is 2 days from now, and that's when the AMC premiere is going to premiere this episode with the boat in it. Maybe it means something. Maybe it's complete coincidence, but I just thought it was odd that 11/22 and 11/22 would be the date. So Joseph, great job with that. That's what I picked up on as well. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You know, sometimes you got to get those meaningless, there are no coincidences, only facts. All right, let's get to some more spoilers, everybody. We're going to have a great time tonight. I really like this new format, this Beyond the Spoilers. We did this last week for the first time, and for me, it was one of my favorite episodes because I thought that there were just a lot of casual ideas. Everybody was comfortable. We threw some things out there, and we started talking about Father G killing Dante. So that's where it really started getting the mix. And guess what happens? Father G does kill Dante. So before we get to that, we'll go kind of letter of the law of spoilers. So Rosita does kill Walker Sadiq. We battled that back and forth. We will see Dante creepy, panicking. But something happens. Maybe Dante just runs and leaves Sadiq to kill Rosita, and then and Rosita becomes badass Rosita again and kills him, and then Dante hits the road. Ultimately, that seems to be how he is found out. It's going to have something to do with that. But, let me also say this. This is beyond the spoilers, but the spoiler version of this is provided by Spoiling Dead's fan page. This is not me. I'm not making this stuff up. This is confirmed stuff. So they did say Dante is found out and interrogated. So, found out. Do you guys feel like he goes to the infirmary and him and Daryl just start having the conversation and Dante just callously just admits it? I don't know that he's going to be found out. I think he's just going to talk about it. What do you guys think? See, that's a great question, Lee. We don't know. That's not in the spoilers yet. We'll probably get in the Q&A. But I feel like Dante is just a person who he's going to come clean and just say, this is why I did it. And this is what I believe in. And he'll have that one-on-one with Daryl. Kimberly M. I think Dante attacks Rosita. Gabe kills him. That does not appear to be how it's going to happen, Kimberly. Because this is the chain of events that we're getting from the spoiler. So Dante's there with Rosita. Dante leaves. Rosita kills Walker Sadiq. Dante gets found out. It looks as if it happens in the infirmary. Dante is talking about Alpha. Daryl does beat the crap out of him. And then it appears as if he gets locked up. And the reason I want to go beyond the spoilers with this is because we might not have a lot more time to talk about Dante in this context. Like, Dante's still alive. So I want to analyze him just a little bit more tonight. So, if Dante admits to Daryl, this was the only way, Alpha has a better plan than you guys do, does it change your opinion of Dante's state of mind? I'm not asking you, does it make you, I don't want to go black and white here. I like him, I hate him, I like him, I hate him. I want to search a little bit more for some understanding of Dante. Dante, in a short period of time, he's carrying out Alpha's task, and he's going to get no return on investment. He's going to get nothing for it. So Dante's life over these last few weeks is he's loyal for nothing. Completely gone. Jace Marks is brainwashed. Mariah's suffering from PTSD. Trigger says, I think he's doing what he needs to do in order to survive. Joy's toying with people. Mental illness. See, I really like all of the different perspectives of this because why does Daryl not beat him to death? Why does Daryl not kill him? There's an interesting narrative here. Hippo, I wonder if it's common knowledge when you die, you turn by the rest of the world. You know, Hippo, at this point, I say yes. I mean, you know, we're what, 9-10 years into the zombie apocalypse? I doubt anybody at this stage in the game has not witnessed a walker. So Daryl doesn't kill, Barb Berlin says, Daryl doesn't kill Dante because he's useful. But Father G does. See, Darkstar, I've heard a little bit of that too. I'm going to say, if I go beyond the spoilers, I'm going to say Dante did not kill Negan. I'm sorry. Dante did not free Negan. So let me ask you this, because I've seen this from others. How many people think Dante let Negan out of the cage? I know there's a whole lot of other thoughts, you know, Carol, Aaron, a few other people. How many people think Dante? And I'll tell you why. And Darkstar, you're not the only person that suggested that. The reason it doesn't make sense for Dante is because Negan was potentially going to kill Alpha. That was his thing. And then Negan's like a chameleon. He either faked it or he changed it. But either way, he was walking into the lion's den. I would say it makes the most sense, and I've entertained the Aaron idea as well. But we'll go back. There's 3 people that it potentially could have been. And I'm going to rank them in my order of probability. Number 1, to me, most probable, was Carol. Number 2, most probable, Aaron. Number 3, most probable, Daryl. The only reason why I don't think Daryl is more probable is because Daryl did not appear to be bluffing when he asked Carol about following Negan. And Daryl didn't seem to want a part of it. And I think the Carol story, it wasn't Lydia because Daryl was watching Lydia. So if Daryl was watching Lydia, it would probably stand to reason that he didn't participate in that. Sergio, it's not Judith because Judith's on her way to Oceanside. Judith is like 6-7 hours away. Zero chance it's Judith. Unless Judith got out of the back of the cart, ran like a jet plane to Alexander, let him out, and then ran back and caught up with Michonne's cart. So, because Daryl was watching Lydia, and it could have been a no-name person, but I really think it was Carol, so Carol had a reason to go look for Alpha. Or Aaron, as Deborah Johnson said, to repay Negan for saving his life. Those two stories both work for me. The other ones are a little bit tougher. I don't know that we're going to find out the answer to that. So let's go into a couple more spoilers I want you guys to jump into. So Father G, this is the word they use, kills Dante very abruptly. So Dante gets beat down by Daryl. He gets locked up. I'm going to say the murder happens inside the jail cell. Would you guys, that's not confirmed, but hey, we were on top of the bold prediction that Gabriel kills Dante, so let's walk it out. I mean, if we thought it happened, we all had to have a reason or a scenario of which it happened. That I'm going to agree with. Angel, I'm going to say Dante makes a Negan-like comment to Father G about, well, since the daddy's gone, maybe Rosita needs a new baby. Something. He's going to say something off-color, tacky, overly flirtatious that only Dante can do. It's going to be a veiled reference to killing Sadiq and then how he could be the new daddy or something like that. And Father G's just going to crush him. It's going to be all that vengeance that we feel is going to boom, just right there. He's going to say the wrong thing, and he's going to think that he can get away with it with Father G. But as you guys know last night, the wicked father, hopefully you guys got a chance to participate in that stream. But so I'm going to go beyond the spoilers and say Dante might have had a chance to live in jail or to be a bargaining chip. I don't think Father G is going to walk in and straight up say, hey, what's up, dude? Boom, he's dead. I think there's going to be a little bit of resolve on Father G's part, but Dante's just going to push the buttons and we're going to be cheering that along. So look for that to happen. If you guys saw the spoiler stream earlier and saw the big news, it's up there on the screen. Michonne leaves on a boat with Virgil. Now, if I ended the sentence there, that would be pretty major. But it gets better. Michonne leaves on the boat with Virgil to go to an island. Now, the funny thing with that is, we've got to get some rapport between the two of them first, don't we? You didn't win the bet quite yet, Emmy. So, that's a pretty risky, well, I guess if you're Michonne, it's not risky. You can get on a boat with whoever you want. Michonne can take care of herself. But I find it interesting that we meet Virgil in this episode. Judith appears to trip him, cut him, do something. So we don't trust him immediately. Luke apparently is in a tough situation and almost dies, and Virgil saves him. I have to tell you guys this. This mid-season finale is going to be phenomenal, but I'm going to go ahead and deduct 0.2 of a point right now. You guys know I'm the biggest Walking Dead fan. I'm one of the biggest Walking Dead fans in the world. But I got to call it like I see it. This appears to be rushed. Because in the process of 1/3 of an episode, 20 minutes, we're going to meet Virgil. Virgil's going to save Luke. And Michonne is going to get on a boat and go to an island to find weapons. I'm sorry, that's a lot of information in 1/3 of an episode. I'm nitpicking, I get it. Because the story's got to be told. And look, it's still going to be a great episode. I'm not trying to take away from that. I'm just saying, as we get to the mid-season finale, that does not seem completely in line with how our characters go about bringing new people on board. And you couple that with the fact that Alpha just did the same thing, we get 2 rushed storylines in the same episode. Because at the beginning of 10, we're going to rush the whole how did Dante get in here in the first place within the first 3 minutes. And then later on, we're going to get Virgil, stranger, Virgil saving somebody, Virgil best friend, Virgil takes Michonne to the island. Now, once they get to the island, I'm okay with that storyline. I love it. I just think it should have been introduced earlier. Michonne should have gotten to Oceanside a little bit earlier, camped out, spent a day there. You know, some of the basic stuff that you do when new people come on board. But still, Michonne goes to an island where Virgil has a ton. He's got cash and tons of weapons. Apparently, it's enough to take out Alpha and the Horde, and Michonne's pretty motivated by it. Now, I don't know if Virgil has other people. I speculated this in a spoiler, and this is where I want to go beyond the spoilers. If you say it dramatic like that, you guys can see it kind of like flashing up on the screen, right? I think I'm going to get one of those things and just like, you know, every time we come up with a good idea, we can just go beyond the spoilers. So, in order to do that, the question is, does Virgil have connections? Does he have people connections? Or is he just a, you know, Virgil's Pete? How many people are going to agree with me? Virgil is Pete. We should just call him Pete. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the responses to that comment. Virgil is Pete the pirate. He's the one that had the boat. He's the one that Michonne left with in the comics for a couple of years. Virgil is Pete. Now, Sadiq was in part of that storyline too. Sadiq had a different thing. He's Comic Pete. And I still think that Virgil he's got some info. At this point, the rumor is Lauren Cohan could be coming back filming a little bit in 9, maybe in 10. So, here's what I think. I think Pete has a boat. Pete's got weapons. Maggie comes back with intel. Possibly some clues about Rick Grimes. Michonne and Virgil might set sail to go find Rick Grimes. I mean, I think Maggie plays into the story. I think Virgil plays into the story. And I think Michonne getting on the boat stays pretty much in line with the comic arc of her leaving. But now she's leaving to go find Rick. Going up the East Coast toward Pennsylvania to find Rick Grimes. So we might be a little bit too far ahead of ourselves there. But, well, for now it is a day trip, Julia. I mean, the weapons thing, this is not where it ends. They're not going to the island and then getting the intel and then leaving from the island. They're going to the island. Michonne wants to see the weapons. They're going to find a way to bring those weapons back. They're going to use those weapons, ultimately probably to win the war, or at least to help out. Some people are going to die. Michonne's coming back for now. Michonne is not leaving this week. She's not leaving in the mid-season finale. But I'm going to say within the next couple episodes, she's gone. Bring the stuff back, get people armed, fight the fight, give Negan Lucille. Maggie comes back to help out. I think Virgil's got some weapons. Let's be honest here. Any Maggie fans out there? How many people are Maggie fans? A few. All right. Kills coin to the first person that can correctly answer this question. Hopefully Emmy's got the ledger tonight. Trivia question. What did Maggie, Ezekiel, and Rick Grimes all have in common? Emmy, did we get Tyler Neifert? Was Tyler the first one to answer? On my screen, it was Tyler. Okay. Good job, Tyler. Is Ezekiel leading anything right now? Ezekiel is beat down. Rick Grimes is gone. What did you guys tell me in the stream the other night that our group desperately needs? Interesting. Death. I love it. A leader. Daryl ain't leading Jack. Aaron ain't leading nothing. Michonne has the council. There are no leaders right now. The Whispers have a leader. They have one person making decisions. Maggie brings that to the table. Whether you like, I get it, Diana, whether you like Maggie or you don't like Maggie, she's a leader. She was one of 3 leaders, and when she comes back, by default, she is going to carry that leadership moxie. The fans are still a little pissed off because she left in the first place, but she steps into a leadership role, and they need somebody making decisions. Zoo? The council is leading? The council ain't leading Jack. The council can't even decide what they want to do with Negan. The council is the most jacked up idea I've ever seen. They're terrible. So Miss says, but she left her community. So let me defend Maggie for a second. Because you guys know I certainly did a rant video not defending Maggie. So let me say this. Maggie left at a time of peace with two people making decisions in Hilltop, Tara and Jesus. Maggie could not have foreseen the Whispers doing what they did. And how many people, I love questions like this. All right, how many of you blame Maggie for what happened at Hilltop? Because she wasn't there. I love this. Miss says, yeah, they got them killed. Great comment, Miss. It's fair. It's fair. And they all died. So how many of the same people blame Daryl for getting Glenn killed? Let's see. Let's see the hypocritical opinions in here. Like, we're going to blame Maggie for leaving in a time of peace because of what happened, but then you're going to have a whole group of people, they're going to say, no, it wasn't Daryl's fault. Daryl was just doing what Daryl does. He spoke up and got Glenn killed. But no, we forget about that. But yet we're willing to blame Maggie for something that happened when she wasn't even there. And Maggie actually, why did Maggie leave? Maggie left to go help Georgie do other stuff. There you go. I love Angel. Like, he couldn't have known that would happen. Well, Maggie couldn't have known that was going to happen either. And it's kind of funny to me that sometimes we use cause and effect when it validates our individual viewpoint. I don't blame Maggie and I don't blame Daryl. I think Daryl was standing up for somebody, and Daryl wanted himself to die. See, here's the difference. Daryl wanted to pull an Abraham. So Abraham wanted to die because he knew that dying would keep other people from dying, and he was prepared to go. So Daryl tried to pull the same thing. He's like, hey, just kill me. Negan's like, nope, because that's what you want. So I'm going to kill him. So Negan pulled an okey doke on Daryl because he knew that it was going to be more emotionally disturbing to him. Maggie did not bail on her community. Maggie did not leave those people in a bad situation. Maggie did not. They were as good as they were going to be. The communities were not on great terms, but they were self-sufficient. Maybe she needed a vacation. Regardless, I love this. What if Maggie kills Alpha? Jesus, what you did, them people, that was right. What Negan did, that was wrong. I'm going to kill Alpha. Wait till Carol gets a look at this. What if Maggie kills Alpha and she's the one that does it for Carol? Certainly going to change some opinions. You know, this is funny. I want to snapshot this screen because this is so predictable. I want you guys to write this down. November 20th, 2019, kills beyond the spoiler stream. Half the audience resents Maggie. I want this documented, like a permanent part of our 999 culture. Because here's the way it's going to go down. So it's so much like the Negan story. So much like the Negan story, it bothers me. The writers are going to give you the most epic Maggie intro and believability and leadership that you are going to love, love, love you some Maggie. Now, I'm not noting she's going to kill Alpha. That's not what I'm saying, Mist. What I'm saying, I said, what if she kills Alpha? That's not the prediction. I'm calling some of you guys out that are saying, I don't want her back, I don't want to do this. The writers are going to give you some epic Lauren Cohan, some epic Maggie, and then we're going to be doing one of those streams, and it's going to be kind of like Negan. It's going to be like, yeah, she was okay. And then they're going to do another one, and then you're going to say, yeah, she was pretty good. And then she's going to do something epic, and it's going to be like, oh my God, you guys see what Maggie did? It's the same thing. We are all at the mercy of the story. The Maggie redemption tour is in full effect. I'm telling you. Half of this audience right now is going to be completely blown away. They are not paying her and bringing her back to be an average standby character. They're going to bring her back to show you something. Believe me when I tell you this. You don't bring her in just to be an innocent bystander, especially. So, we're going beyond the spoilers. How many Michonne fans out there? How many of you love Michonne? Anybody not like Michonne? There it is. Who doesn't? I love that. She's awesome. Michonne's great. Love me some Michonne. So, you guys know Michonne's leaving, right? This isn't new news. So, anybody here think that Maggie might get some of those badass Michonne scenes now? I mean, you guys don't think all those are going to Rosita, do you? Airtime. Maggie will get the FaceTime. She won't be that wishy-washy, bad decision maker, hanging Gregory in front of kids. So, just got a couple follow-up questions here for the group. Is Negan the same person he was 7 years ago before he got locked up? If you guys can answer this question for me, please. I got this on my list. Nope, a little bit of change there. Okay. Another follow-up question. Have you guys seen the little tidbits of information that come out? Walking Dead movie, where they said the Walking Dead movie is going to be like a different version of Rick Grimes. Do you guys think that Rick Grimes is going to be different in the movies? Like, personally, I think Rick Grimes gonna know how to shoot. Anybody think like Rick Grimes is gonna be a badass, like a mercenary type in the movies? So you don't? You think that they're gonna do a movie, extension of a television show, where it's gonna be Rick just with the Commonwealth? Are you talking to me? You talking to me? You think that's what the movie's going to be about? Or you think it's going to be some John Wick, some hand grenades, some shooting, some hitting things? I think they're going to take Rick to a little different level. So, Aaron, have we seen a transition in Aaron's character from the days of recruiting and being beat up to being the man with the metal arm? Seems like it. Okay, so we've seen Negan change, Rick change, Aaron change, but for some reason we don't think Maggie, after many, many years, has transitioned. Okay. Like I said, I want this documented tonight. Because this as a writer, as a showrunner, it is such an easy plot. It is such an easy sell for the audience to bring Lauren back and just gear her and make her a little bit more badass and give her a couple of the good scenes. And it's a great transition. Exactly, like the Rocky speech. All right, hey, let's get to a couple more spoilers because we're going beyond the spoilers. We got some good stuff, some more good information. All right, so anyway, that's the Virgil story, and just it does seem obvious. Movie star, but just because it seems obvious, you don't know how we're going to accept it, right? It seems obvious that they're bringing her back, they're paying this money, they're going to put her there, but they know the audience has mixed feelings. And I agree with that. Newfield 12 says you have to admit, Kills, she was hard to take before she left. She was annoying. Jesus, what you did with those prisoners, that was right. Negan, that was wrong. It just irked me, man. I'm telling you. She drove me nuts. That blinded by revenge. But let me say this. What was Maggie? I'm going to give you a Kills coin. What was her ultimate goal? There was one thing she needed to do. It's a two-part deal. It's a two-part deal. I'm not going to give you kill Negan. There's a second part to that. You guys are getting close. There was a location. I want the location. There you go. Maurice Gamble. She wanted to kill Negan at Glenn's grave. She was so blinded by revenge. She wanted to kill Negan at Glenn's grave. And that was taken away from her. She's a single mom because of this man, and that's exactly the way she had it playing out in her head. That was her only goal. She took on the leadership role to get to that point of revenge. What's interesting to me, and look, we could probably do a Saturday morning rant. What's interesting to me is how many passes, I'll say we, but mostly you guys, give Carol. Carol can do all this crazy stuff to go after Alpha. All this risk, all these lies, all this, bringing people back to interrogate them, to go after Henry. And you know what? Maybe there's some rationale behind it. Because we give Ezekiel a hard time for not doing it. So somewhere in the middle, maybe between what Ezekiel's doing and what Carol's doing, is the right thing. Exactly, Gina Crockett. Carol can do no wrong. But before Maggie got to she's annoying and she's doing all this crazy stuff, she was slipping to the dark side because her character wanted one thing, and that was what she experienced. What she saw with Glenn, she only wanted it one way, and she could not fulfill that thing that she wanted. Even if she would have killed him in the jail cell, it wasn't the same. Kill him in the jail cell and drag him back to Glenn's grave, it didn't pan out that way. But she continued to lead. She continued to do those things. She dealt with it. Confronted Negan, didn't kill him, and then she hit the road. But left Hilltop in a decent situation. Now, you couple that with the fact that there's a real life dispute over money, and that's what the writers told us. I get it. It's not the best, most congruent thing, but it's not the worst, most unforgivable thing in the world either. There's certainly characters that have done worse than what Maggie did and been brought back under better situations. Exactly, Roxanne. I mean, no one has ever really stopped and said, what if Maggie has PTSD? She sat there and saw her husband getting beaten down and somebody dancing over the top of him. I mean, if anybody's been through it, she's been through it. She saw her dad get decapitated, her sister being carried out dead, and her husband beaten down with a bat. Come on, people. Has anybody had more of a rough ride than Maggie? So we can store that and kind of forget it, which is okay. But I don't think she's going to come on wishy-washy. I think 7 years, that time away, I don't think they can afford, just like you guys tell me you can't afford to bring Negan back to the dark side. I'm going to double down on that and say you can't afford to bring Maggie back the same way she was when she left. And I know the writers know that. And if I'm wrong about it, I'm wrong about it. But as I said, we're going to remember the stream because I think just like the writers knew, Negan was overboard. Got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do that. It's like all these connect the dots that they had to do to get the people on the fence. The writers understand half of us are on the fence with Maggie. So what can they show us? What can they give us to get us back where we let bygones be bygones? And I think some of that is going to be, we're going to miss the hell out of Michonne. So we know, I didn't ask you guys the question for no reason at all. I know Michonne is one of the most popular characters on the show. And there's going to be a void there. So when Michonne's gone, they're going to try to fill that void. And some of that's going to be filled with Maggie. Some of it's going to be filled with Judith, because I think Judith's sticking around. Carol. People will get bits and pieces of it, but it's not going to be Magna. Probably not going to be Rosita. This is like, it's funny. Tonight's stream, beyond the spoilers, is this kind of like the anti-rant that I did the Saturday morning? Has this undid it yet? Because it feels like it did. It feels like I backtracked a little bit, to be honest. I want a good Maggie stream to be on the record, because sure enough, in 3 months, people are going to be referring to that rant I did 2 months ago. And that's all I'm ever going to hear is like, well, you hated Maggie too. So I want to go on the record right now of saying, I'm over it. I think the writers are going to bring us back in. So got a couple more spoilers that I want to touch on with you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great time tonight. And, getting into some real deep, passionate Walking Dead conversation is what we do here. So we know the Gamma situation is going to get a little bit complicated. Gamma is going to tell Aaron, her real name is Mary. We saw that in the sneak peek. We also know that the baby they took was her nephew. So Gamma is going to tell Aaron where the horde is. So I got to ask you guys, because we seem to be warming up to Gamma a little bit. When they get there, the horde's not there. This, to me, is classic Clue. Classic, who do you believe? Who done it? Now, I already know, exactly, Gianni. There's a lot of people here that like Gamma. But I'm just going to say, not so fast. I agree with you. I think Gamma, on the surface, appears to be someone that has been hurt, that has been lied to, that is now giving information. But there is still that small what if Gamma led them to the wrong place, because she leads them to a place where the herd is supposed to be. The herd is not there. Alpha is there. Carol chases Alpha. The rest of the group chases along. They fall in a cave. Now, doesn't that kind of sound like Gamma led them to a trap? Alpha moved the walkers into a cave. Alpha ran. They fell in the cave. The group is now trapped. Lee, that's a pretty bold statement. We can trust Gamma. That's fine. Dark Star says, don't think Gamma knew. It's very possible she didn't know. But you have to entertain the fact, if it's possible she didn't know, it's also possible she did know. It's also possible that she's gotten Aaron's trust. So there's a part of me that does want to trust her based on, look, she's out there crying. I know what she went through. She saw Lydia. I feel like all the stars are lined up for her to be a good person. But there's a third. There's a third narrative here. There's black, there's white, and there's gray. Okay. The one narrative is we can trust her, and Alpha knew what was going on, and Alpha played her. The second narrative is that she's still on board with the Whispers, and she led them into a bad situation. But the third narrative is the psychology of The Walking Dead. She tried to help the group, and Alpha moved the horde without Gamma knowing, and now the group is going to think that she tricked them even though she didn't. And I think that's the one that plays out the best. I think it's kind of like what they did with Lydia, right? Is Lydia helping? Is she not helping? So Gamma sincerely wants to help. Alpha gets wind of it. The group gets trapped. And ultimately, Gamma is a person without a home because she can't trust Alpha, and now the group is going to blame her for being, tricking them. So, that seems like Alpha just doesn't care to exile people. Hey, you were betraying me. It's a real weird way to trick the person that tricked you. Alpha set it up. And remember, we have one rule between our people. We're always watching. Remember that. Don't think that anything you do, look, they're watching with Dante, they're watching when you cross the border. They got eyes everywhere. I think you'll be punished. I think Gamma's going to be punished. Alpha's going to punish her in the worst way. She's going to leave her out there. Look, Dante's gone. Alpha uses and abuses whoever she wants. Gamma is the next in line to fall off. She already told her, you're my Gamma. I believe in you. All those things that you tell somebody you don't believe in. It's so typical. But just watch the speed round. The speed round is when we know it's all going down. So it appears that, and as I said, there'll be some Q&A hopefully out tomorrow, and we'll do an extended spoiler. But it appears that the cliffhanger, if you want to call it a cliffhanger, is that, remember these names, Daryl, Connie, Kelly, Jerry, Aaron, and Magna follow Carol, and they all fall in a cave. And there could be thousands of walkers in that cave. So it looks like Alpha moves the horde, and she's got a cave, and when all those people run across, they fall into it, and that could be where we're left at the end of this week saying, oh my God, we got to wait 3 months to find out if somebody in that cave dies. Rick Grimes are those the next Pike victims? Come on, man. Seriously? You realize the names on there? Daryl? Aaron? No. A couple of them could be. Have you managed to make your beta voice yet? The only thing he ever says is, never. That's the only thing. That's all you have to say. If you guys ask me a question, I'll just say, never. Yeah, just a deep, raspy. I'll have to go back and listen to Beta's country song. Maybe I'll listen to it and sing it for you guys one day. All right, hey, we are 58 minutes in. We have covered all of the spoilers that we know about currently. And we even went, pretty beyond the spoilers. Couple bonus points tonight we talked about. Not everybody's in full agreement. It's okay. Watch out for Maggie. Just keep Maggie's intro in your mind. You can't casually bring Maggie in. If you guys are running the show, Rollo Adams says, do we think Gamma and Lydia meet one-to-one? I don't think this week, Rollo, because it appears that Gamma's arc is going to have more to do with Aaron. I do think at this point it's probably more likely that Lydia will be out there and maybe Negan makes eye contact with her. I have not confirmed any of this. I'm just kind of making it up in my head because the other things that are going. But, I think maybe some whispers are walking. Negan's in there and, out of the corner of his eye, he probably sees her. And, he's not going to rat her out. So it might tell us a little bit. But stay tuned for that. I don't think there's going to be a big Negan Lydia story yet. I think that'll be a carryover for 9. And, last thing I'm going to say to you guys is, well, it won't be the last thing. But one of the things that I want to say, if you were the showrunner, whether you are right now as a fan, whether you're Team Maggie, you like her, you think she's good for the show, you think she's going to come back, I'm going to ask everybody here, do me a favor. Do me 2 favors. 1, hit that damn like button, everybody. Come on now. Show a little bit of love for the Army. If you guys like Beyond the Spoilers, if you like Play Dead Live, you like random things, show some people that are tuning in for the first time that we're going to blow this like button up. That's number 1. Number 2, I always love when I say hit the like button, there's always that one person that immediately dislikes it. It's like, dude, I've been here for an hour and I've been participating. I've had a great time, but I got to give you a dislike. It's okay. Honestly, if you don't like what we do, give it a dislike and give us some feedback. Let us know what you would like to see that would make the channel better. We're always open for improvement. But the number 2 thing that I want to ask you guys, take your fan hat off just for a second and you're Angela Kang. Can I get the green team to show me the Angela Kang emojis? The greatest showrunner in the history of television. Incredible. Where's Angela Kang? Show me those emojis. So each one of you are the showrunner. And Denai's leaving, and you got Lauren coming back. Even the people that don't like Maggie. Give me your thoughts and comments right now in chat. What are you doing? How are you going to bring her in? How can you sell a Maggie storyline to the people who are still on the fence about Maggie? Give me some of your best ideas. Jim says make her best hero. Badass entrance. Epic entrance. She has information. Information with Rick would be nice. Then you kind of got a trade-off, right? Hey, Michonne, you got to take off. Here's your info on Rick. I'll hold down the fort. I'm going to help the group. Kill Alpha and Beta, says Beth. Bring her in with a bang. So all these ideas that are up there that you guys are presenting right now, do not be surprised to see some of that play out. Because if that's what we think we need, that's what the writers are going to deliver. Mixologist says Maggie's coming back armed with the knowledge to help Hilltop and give info to Michonne. Absolutely. Comes in with some resources. Great comments, everybody. Hey, we are 1 hour and 2 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Amazing audience as always. If you're watching the playback, it started out with a laugh. I tripped all over my feet on the way in the door. But great show. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here. We are going to do a stream tomorrow. If the Q&A are out, if all the information is out, we will do an extended spoiler stream, fill in some of the pieces. I know people want to know what's going on with Lydia, what's going on with Negan. There's some other stories that we can get into. If not, then we're going to do another Walking Dead topic. But we're going to get together tomorrow night at least once. We may not do double shots tomorrow. Just depends on the content and the news that's out. If there's enough information out there, we will do it. And of course, Friday night, we are going to be doing Freestyle Friday. So if you guys don't know what Freestyle Friday is, we start with the Walking Dead topic and then Kills Coins, Super Chatters. We mix up the topics. Sometimes it's about random topics. Sometimes, it's a bonding session for all of us to kind of get together and hang out. And then we're going to transition into our game. You can see the sponsors up there in the top right, which is Play Dead Live. Play Dead Live is a real-time role-playing game on YouTube. It is a very unique experience. We set up a different scenario every week. This is going to be part 2 of River Rage. Also, you guys can see up there we got another super chat. So let me get to Rolo. Just a super chat. Thanking you for your great work. Thank you. I appreciate that, Rolo. I did mention in an earlier stream, you guys can see we got 17 PDL sponsors. Those PDL sponsors, we're going to do a supply drop. It is a higher tier of support. It's on the Patreon page. So if you guys want to check the link out, you can do that. It is a higher monetary support, but I wanted to give something to that group because they sponsor our Friday night adventures and everything that we do. So we're doing a PDL pack, which is like a supply drop. It is going to be a quarterly mail out. So that group is going to get initial scripts, some of the characters that we've created. But I've got to do a press run of those things, and I've also got to add a few little small items, whether it's custom dice or pins or mugs or those things, and I can't have it go up to the wire. So we're cutting off the PDL sponsorship at 25, and then that is between now and up to January 1st. So we have 17. That means the next 8 people that sign up will be PDL sponsors. And then after we get to July 1st, we're going to open it up maybe to go up to 30, 35, 50, but there's going to be a cutoff on that because I've got to have a deadline to when we can get everything packaged, get it mailed out to everybody, get the addresses. You know, the boxes are going to be custom. The printing is going to be custom. The items are going to be branded. Each box is going to be unique as well. So hopefully they become collector's items. It's going to be PDL number 1, PDL number 2. Everybody's not going to get it. Once we do it, then they are going to be limited editions. I'm not printing 50 and 100, so the first ones that go out, you guys are going to be the only ones that have that. And then once we open it back up to 50 sponsors or 100 sponsors, obviously we'll do more print. But you guys have been in the scenarios. There are hard copies of those scenarios with nice color covers, and you know, there's just going to be some neat things. So check it out. Like I said, you guys can go to the link. You don't have to sign up. Just go check out the Patreon link and see what it's all about. And if it's not for you, then it's cool. But we do have some people that do want to sign up for that. So want to thank all of you guys. You guys don't want the stream to end, do you? Ben Stevenson in the house. What's up, Ben? Board meetings, catching playbacks. Love y'all. Ben, I did mention what you sent to me earlier about Jules being in the group that discovers Dante. So appreciate that little tidbit of information. Darkstar's like, keep it going. Let's do this thing for like 2 hours. Yes, but it is down in descriptions. And there'll be some other stuff we'll talk about with PDL as well. Like the PDL sponsors, of course you guys are going to have to send me some address where the stuff's going to be mailed to, because that doesn't show up on Patreon. But I don't care. It could be your uncle's house or whatever. I'm not gonna go check it out. I'm just going to put a label on it and send it out to you guys. And I'll try to do the label in a way that doesn't mess up the box, because I want you guys to be able to keep these boxes. And we're putting a lot of time and attention and detail into the artwork used on the box. Each one is going to be different. It's going to be customized, and the items in there. We're going to do the items, and then each one will have a separate. So you're not going to get the same stuff every time. Don't have to worry about that. Tammy Heitzman. There you go. Fist bump for you, Tammy, as well. Appreciate that. So I managed to carry the stream over for an extra 5 minutes by explaining things, but, it's beyond the spoilers, right? Last but not least, because several people have asked me about this. In January, PDL is going to transition. We're still going to do it on Friday nights. We're going to have our fun group on Friday nights. But I've had groups of people say, Kills, I want to do a longer stream. I want to get some serious players with me. It's likely that we can do individual campaigns for select groups on Saturday night or Saturday evening as well on our 999 Dead channel. That'll be on a different channel. If you guys are wondering why we did the stream the other night on 999 Dead, check it out. So we may kind of do the Friday night, get everybody together like a fun role-playing game, but I have had a couple people say, I want to bring a group of 5 people in, and we want to go through one of your custom adventures on a different site. So that's still under consideration as well. So a lot of good things happening. Thanks for everything that you guys do. I feel like we need to do a 999 Dead chat about PDL and just tell everybody about the game and all the characters. So if you guys are open for that, like maybe one night next week, let me know in chat right now. If you guys would be interested in maybe on the 999 Dead channel, just a 30-minute explanation of ideas and events and things that we want to do to further enhance the game, then let me know in chat. If there's enough people that want to do it, I'll post it on our fan page, and we'll do a Q&A. That way some of the new people say, what's PDL? How do I sign up for it? How do I play? All right, done. Stay tuned for that sometime next week. I know it's a holiday week. We'll put something together. It won't be a Walking Dead video. It's just going to be we get together and talk through some things. All right. Hey, have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. We'll do at least a 9:30 stream, but we may even do a 7:30 stream as well. Hold tight. At least one, maybe two. Talk to you then. Peace.